So I'm in Minneapolis and I'm in this alley and you're like, what the hell, Milo? What are you doing?
My name is Milo Beasley. With 20 plus years in the professional wrestling industry, combined with my love for traveling, I've seen some pretty cool things over the years. Now I bring you along in these travels as I never know where I'll end up or what I'll see or do along the way. With more than 4 million miles of roadways in the United States alone, we have a lot of ground to cover. So join me, if you will, on #The Road.
And welcome to another episode of #The Road. If you're wondering why I'm in an alleyway with a bunch of trash, it's probably a really good question. As you see, I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a movie fan, as you all know that. So sports movies are kind of my jam. So I'm in Minneapolis and I'm in this alley and you're like, what the hell, Milo? What are you doing? Well, Mighty Ducks fans, this episode is for you. You see, going all the way back to the very beginning of the Mighty Ducks movie, we see Coach Gordon Bombay. This is not where we see Coach Gordon Bombay in court, but our very next scene is our introduction of the Ducks, where we see Averman, Dave, Peter, and Charlie finding a purse. I'm sorry, they find the purse out of the dumpster, in which they put dog poop in. This is literally the exact. This is the alley. No trespassing. This alley right here was where we are first introduced to the Mighty Ducks. One easy giveaway here is this little the building with the little red circle. This easiest identifier. So then they come out here. They put the purse, the poop purse down right here. And then we see the Z28, we see it coming over here, and then it stops and it picks up the purse and he gets in the car and then he takes off and then he stops, right? And then you see the kids standing in the road right here. They're watching, and then they see the car stop, and then it comes back. Again, another identifier. So this right here was Judge's Liquor, which is always good for Mighty Ducks fans. So then they start running. They take off running that way through the alleys. Let's see if we can find the alleys. So they take off running here, right? Running from the guy in the Z28. Over here, what used to be Judge's Liquor. So there was another building. It might have been a facade, but there was another building. Right, you can kind of see. So this was an alleyway, but this is they had it fenced off and construction going on, which now I was like, oh, that was fake. But now that I've seen what's going on in Minneapolis, I feel like it's might be real. So anyway, they run through this again. It was a makeshift alleyway. It was only about the size of this car, and then they can continue running through this makeshift alleyway and then over the fence and out. Again, for this opening scene, there's a bunch of great identifiers. Of course, this building, these windows, what used to be Judge's Liquor, liquor in the front, and then there was parking in the rear. Anyways, so this is our first introduction to the what would be Mighty Ducks. And then right down the road in PV Park is where Coach Gordon Bombay is first introduced to the Mighty Ducks. So I think we have a few minutes. Let's go. Now, most of this stuff here is relatively the same and can be seen in these opening scenes. This white building here, this was an American Legion post. Unfortunately, I think the building was taken down and then rebuilt. Because this was a really cool scene where the kids, after escaping the Z28 driver, climb up the building and are celebrating. I was going to try to do, that was what I wanted to do, but it's not there anymore. So I'm just going to pout that I can't climb on the roof. Or maybe I can. And by the way, at the same corner of where all this stuff was going on at the beginning of the movie, there's Bandbox Diner. Bandbox, it was here during the filming, you didn't see it, but it was actually used in Mighty Ducks 2 as a location. They ate there. Listen, it's cold. The words just aren't coming out of my mouth, which I guess I better fix that because I gotta go on stage and make the words come out of my mouth. And as I said, Gordon Bombay's, Emilio Estevez's character, first meets the duck here at PV Park. PV Park here in Minneapolis. Obviously, this was Hollywood magic. This was an ice skating rink. Like, it was a lake, right? Lake. It had frozen over. But it's obviously not a lake. It's a grass. But yeah, so this is where Coach Bombay first meets the Ducks. But of course, as I said, not where we first met the Ducks. We first met the Ducks in that alley. Again, as with Jingle All The Way from our last episode, there are a ton of scenes from the Mighty Ducks here in Minneapolis, from Nicollet Mall to the Commons to St. Paul, Mickey's Diner, which we were at for Jingle All The Way, but that's where Charlie's mom works, at Mickey's Diner. But I just wanted to bring you that really the opening, the introduction to the Ducks with the alley, the dog poop, mainly because dog poop is fun, right? Dog poop is fun. What is going on with my hair? It's like coiffed. And then, of course, our introduction to Coach Bombay and what would be the Mighty Ducks. So thanks for hanging out with me on this episode of Hashtag The Road as we took an introduction to the Mighty Ducks. Again, we're still hanging out here at PV Park. It is a park. Just with no... I've yet to see any ducks of any kind, mighty or non-mighty. I saw a squirrel earlier, but that's not a duck, so they should have been called the Mighty Squirrels.